So standing here with Trent Lowe, having just been the first person to complete the 90-kilometre Dirty Grand Fondo course. What did you think, Trent?
Yeah, it's a really good course. It's a different format. It's got a bit of everything. It's hard to know exactly what bike will be quickest around there. There's some pretty screaming fast fun descents, which might make it interesting on the cross bike. Some really pretty stuff to ride through, some nice gullies, and lots of climbing as well. Around 2,000 metres very good climbing, so it's going to be tough for me to compete if you want to win.
So before going in, you were considering that cyclocross would be your bike of choice, and you've got one on the way, a Yeti cyclocross, I understand. What do you think now, like having just come back riding the 26-inch Eddie Julie around there?
Look, it's hard to know. I mean, the cross bike will be faster in some areas, but then, you might lose a group getting gapped off on the descent on the cross bike as well. I think I'm still going to race the cross bike, and it sounds like a heck of a lot of fun. But yeah, it's really difficult to know. If you're at the finish of the cross bike, then you're probably going to be fastest across the line. But you just got to get there, and there's a few probably sexy moments on it with some of the rocks and water bars in the course. So I think I'll be on the cross bike still, but whether it's the quickest, we'll find out.
What kind of training do you reckon would be good for a rider who's preparing for the Dirty Grand Fondo?
Well, I mean, it's a 90k race, it's an endurance race. You certainly want to be comfortable with the distance. You need to do some long rides, probably even some of those, zero races would be bad training for them. If you did that with a pair or something, probably the winner's time is going to be around, 3.5 hours. You rode it about 4 hours today at a steady tempo. So yeah, the winner's race time, I reckon be somewhere between 3.5, 340 maybe. So yeah, you want to be comfortable doing some long rides. You obviously need a bit of intensity close to the racing. And on the day you need to eat well and strategize with your eating and drinking.
So do you think the bunch is going to play a big part of the overall winner out there?
Yeah, I do, because we did 90k's on a mountain bike in 4 hours. That's pretty quick for a mountain bike. But there will be some assistance, whether it be psychological or actually, like the drafting effect because the speeds are high enough. So I do think it will play, if you can get into a good group that works well, whether you're at the front of the race or, you sort of just, back in the field too. If you've got some guys around, it's going to make it easier. And that's some energy you've got to do the, last times and things like that.
Being the race 20th of May, weather could play any part. Road conditions out there were varied between a little bit of red clay, a lot of blue chip and stuff. Do you think, a wetter course might suit the cyclocross more if, given that there will be sort of less drag and picking up mud in the tyres?
Yeah, I don't know that it's going to be so much claggy mud on the course. I think it's more, it's more hard packed than that. I think, again, it's going to be horses for courses a bit. I think some sections of cross bike might be quicker through the stuff that gets held more tightly together, like that loose gravelly stuff. That's generally better when it's got some moisture in it. So that was a bit dry and a bit skaty. And then there's also that red clay, which probably for that is going to be better with, a mountain bike with bigger tyres. You can drift a bit more. Or, a cross bike, you might struggle with traction on some of that really slick clay stuff. So, again, there's not a whole heap of clay. There's probably more loose gravelly stuff. So, probably, maybe the cross bike might be a little bit, might be to its advantage a little bit, and it's just got a bit more overall traction than you would otherwise, and that's where it would be lacking normally as a mountain bike with big tyres and suspension.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming out and riding with us today, Trent, and we look forward to seeing you race on the day.
Thanks, it's going to be a good race.